What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are jumping into our next episode of the How to Paint series we have been making for the Borderlands Mr. Torgue's Arena of Badassery Kickstarter that recently came out. And today we are actually tackling Maya. So we got Maya already. She's already primed and dry brushed, so she's ready to go. But let's go ahead and look at some references that we can look over at and try to paint her up. Okay, guys, so I did go to the Borderlands fandom, and there was a picture that was like this for Maya, but it was only like half the body. So I just went on Google, looked up Maya BL3, and because that is the model that we're based off of, because she has the long hair, the hoodie, which is cool. I do like this look with her. So this is what we got here. This one seems like it'll be fairly simple because we have like a Tenebrow gray, which is like a dark gray, almost black. But we're going to use that. And this is probably black for her, but we use Tenebrow gray because it's like an off black, I guess. We use Tenebrow gray. I've been using a mix between that and Basalt gray. We're going to use Basalt gray for pieces of her pants as well. And we have some like off whites, maybe like a silver gray we might use, not even off white. And of course we have the inside of a jacket, which is like a yellow, but it's like a darker yellow, so we might go for like a volcanic yellow there. But it looks a little bit more brighter than that, so maybe a deep yellow. And then we have our skin tones. Obviously, we cannot forget her tattoos. Her tattoos are there. I always forget to paint the Siren's tattoos. And then her hair and her lips are blue. So you got some color variation, but it seems like a simple thing to paint. So only thing I need left to find is her gun, because I want to make sure her gun is painted good. So let's hop into painting. So what we're going to start with is we're going to put our first coat of skin on. So the hand that has the gun actually is gloved. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the waist area, because that is open. And then the other side, which is open. And then there is a piece on her chest that is also open, but it's very little here because the hair is there too, but it is still open there, so we're just going to dab it, just a little dab, and then we're going to hit her left arm up, which is the one that has all the tattoos, and then her face. The hair is covering a lot of the neck, so we don't have to really worry about the neck, but the neck is black anyway, so because her outfit has like a piece that goes all the way up her neck. So yeah, we're going to hit this first with a brown rose, and then later on when we do our highlights, we'll hit it with a beige red, and then later a mix of beige red and pale sand. So, yep, let's get the skin started. Alright guys, so after you do the skin, what we're going to do is we are going to work on the darker, like Tenebrow black pieces. And I think I want to do that to just kind of separate all the other pieces so that I can kind of depict where everything else is going to go. So we're going to do that. That's going to be like the trim of the jacket. It's going to be the knee area of her pants, because the top parts are like, I was going to use a basalt gray, but what I think I'm going to use is a reddish gray. The reddish gray I think is going to be better for that, because it looks like a brown a little bit, but very gray. So we're going to use the reddish gray for that. Then, of course, we're going to have to do some pieces of the belt black or Tenebrow gray. And then we also have to depict some of the pieces back here that are going to also be the same colorization. Now that we have all of the darker spots painted, we're going to go over with a reddish gray. And these are going to be subtle spots. So the reddish gray is going to be the top of the leg, the bottom of the leg, and then we are going to do this pouch right here because that looks like a reddish gray as well. After that, we're going to move on to a basalt gray, and I'll tell you guys where to put those colors. Now onto the basalt gray, you want to take the basalt gray or a somewhat darker, almost neutral gray, but somewhat darker gray, and you want to hit the middle of her jacket here. You also want to hit the top of her shirt there. You also want to hit the arm. Now the inside of her arm is the darker tenebrow, but with this model, it's actually against her body, so you can't really see the darker pieces, except for maybe back here. I can probably hit that with a tenebrow. So we will hit all the other spots with that, and maybe just dash a little tenebrow right there. But that's the only spot actually that I see. So we'll hit that, and then we'll use our basalt gray to hit those other spots. And then you want to hit the rest of her shoes. So I did hit the top halves and the sides with the darker gray, but you want to hit the rest of the boot with that basalt gray. With that set, we are now going to do a lighter gray, which will be a silver gray. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do the belts, and we're going to do the rest of her jacket back here, because that is a bright piece. And of course her hoodie pieces of her side here is the same color. Trying to think. We are going to go back over this with a lighter gray once we do our highlights, because it is a little bit brighter than a basalt gray, but it's not too bright as well. So just stating that fact. So yeah, we're going to hit those spots with the lighter gray, which would be the silver gray, and then we'll move on to our next color. With that now set, we are going to move on to a volcanic yellow, and we are going to do the inside of the cape here and the outside here. Now the inside of her hoodie is also the same color, but with this model you really can't see in there. So, except for like one little spot, not even that, because we have the hair in the way. So, you don't have to mess with the hoodie. We do, though, have to do the cape. So, we're going to hit them spots. And then we are going to move on to our last color, which is blue. Also, the gun definitely is a Hyperion gun. You could tell by the way it's shaped and looks. We're going to hit that with the yellow as well, just to get that kind of paint color. So, alright. Now that that is done, we are going to put an archaic turquoise for all the blue. So we're going to do that for her hair and the little effect that we have for her siren ability. Also, this little triangle in the back is blue, so you want to hit that with the same color. We are going to go back when we do our highlights with a lighter blue, like a Ducat blue, to highlight all of these areas. But we want to just start off with a really cool, vibrant, like archaic turquoise to kind of like set it off. So we're going to do that, and then what we will be able to do is start putting our glazes on. Now with the glazes, we want to use a speed paint to glaze. Now the speed paints that I use are the Army Painter ones, and I use a Gravelord Gray on everything that is not skin tone or a leather. Leather, I do use a leather, like a hardened leather speed paint to glaze with. But here we have no real leather, so we are going to use all Gravelord Gray. Now you do want to avoid the skin. Do not hit the skin. We want that to stay the tone that it is, so that when we go to do our highlights, everything kind of just builds up from a darker skin tone to a very lighter skin tone. So by the time you're going to see this, we'll probably already have our glazes on, and then we'll be working on our base so that they can dry to get back to do highlights. Alright, so from here we are going to use a Rhinox hide, and we are going to hit the base up all the way around while we let these glazes dry. I don't know if you guys can tell now, but this is now definitely really popped a lot. once they're dry, we can go back with some highlights and then build up the skin. And not forget to do the tattoos because she is a siren. And here's Maya completely painted and ready to hit the tabletop. I'm really happy with the way that she turned out. Don't forget to do the tattoos, of course. She's a siren. And remember, her lipstick is blue. Don't forget that as well. I really appreciate her Borderlands 3 outfit. Like, it's just some really cool colors to just have that blue accent on. If today's video helped you out in any way with painting your Maya for the Borderlands games, be sure to leave this video a huge like. Also, if you have been watching my painting videos or this entertain you in any sort of way, it would really help our channel if you would hit that subscribe button. I've been trying to paint all of these miniatures like with a video for each one to help those of you that need the help, so the same support would be like much appreciated. I have been getting some subscribers like every day, which is really nice to see because it's been a while since I just had like daily subscribers. I have like batches that come here and there, but it's just really nice to see some of the support that I have been getting, and I have been getting a lot of comments as well. So if you have any comments towards this miniature or any questions, be sure to hit the comments down below because I will check the comments. I will answer the comments. So just keep that in mind. So as always, thank you guys for checking out today's video. I'm going to figure out which one I'm going to paint tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, I will catch you all in the next one.